has anybody been watching the Olympics? If you have, you may have noticed AI commercials, AI explanation, and how they're weaving that in. So I think that's a great place that we're going to start today. I'm Laura Sutherly with Agtivation, and today on Harvesting Growth, we are going to dive a little deeper into why this matters, because your customers, your growers may be watching the Olympics and going, maybe I can use that button as well. I'm joined today with my dear friend, Brad Kilgore, and he's going to provide his level of expertise on this topic as well, because he too is seeing how AI is changing how our customers are getting those questions, getting those inquiries, and driving business that they may not have been this, we'll call it the side door, but it's a new entry level for, or a new way that they're entering, coming into your business, learning about what you do, how you do it. And AI is removing friction because your growers can ask the exact question that they want answers to, rather than calling you and hemming and hawing and not knowing exactly what to ask. They can talk it through with AI. So, Brad, what are you seeing out there too? Have you noticed any of the AI commercials?
Absolutely. Laura, good to see you as always. I see it everywhere, and when it comes to the Olympics or the Super Bowl or just television in general, I think because you and I have our finger on the pulse of what's happening in the AI world, we're much more aware of it possibly because sometimes it can almost be, you don't even know, you might not even know that it's not real, that it is an AI created commercial or snippet or whatever it is. So yeah, I'm seeing it everywhere. I truly am.
Yes. And for somebody that may not know exactly what we're talking about, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen if that's okay.
Yeah.
And just drop in a prime example. Let's see here. So if I want to, there we go. Okay. So what I'm saying is this is kind of what they're providing, is what's on your mind. And so here is some of the questions, of course, regarding the Olympics, as to how is it possible for ski jumpers to stay in the air so long, create an image of a bobsledder or the bobsledding question. And you might think, well, that all has to do with sports. They're not going to ask me any questions. But if we start asking about what about field conditions in, we'll say, Ohio, since that's where I'm at, expectations for early April, for corn planting. Now, obviously, that is just a tough question that we don't know about, but it'll be interesting to see what AI goes, because it's going to do some research out there, and we want your information to come up as to how they can prepare to get corn in the ground earlier, because with agriculture, timing matters. So if they're doing some research here of looking at what the season outlook may be, okay, as they go and say, well, how can I go ahead and monitor my soil temps? How can I look at different things? What tools do you have? You, as a precision ag dealer, would be able to provide some solutions. So I think that that is something that we need to keep in mind. Is it's not that they're doing it on their phone, of course. We were used to, they're being trained. Everybody was trained to Google or to do the search engines, and now they're seeing the AI mode and knowing that they can have that conversation. So again, as it's getting out there more and more, teaching the public how to do it, your customers are knowing how to do it and getting answers. We want you to be the solution to what they're asking for.
So one thing I want to make sure to people watching us on YouTube, how did you get to that? Were you on google.com? Were you in Google AI mode? I mean, I think I know the answer, but I want to make sure anybody watching knows. Can you share
That is
again?
a good question. Let me go back and I will share. I just was on google.com and I hit the AI mode. So if I just back up here and share my screen, again, excellent question, because what we're finding out is a lot of times you may not even get that question as to, do you want AI mode? But so as I went into google.com and
Okay.
selected AI mode, this is when it starts asking me my questions. And again,
Okay.
you can see it offered up 3 different things. So as you start asking questions, it will start prompting you for something that you may not have thought about. And again, AI is built on patterns. It's watching to see how you search. It is learning about you. It's learning about your customers as they are searching. So their questions would vary in these areas. And it's fascinating to me to see what is offered up. And it could be, okay, because we're going to be dealing with mud in March and April, what kind of blades would work better? What implements should I consider? What are my settings? So that's a conversation that growers can potentially have with AI versus calling the precision dealership near them first. But what's nice is that if they're finding the information about that implement, when they call you, they're ready to do something. They're not starting with the basics. So I think that's something very cool that we can consider, is because the conversations, when they pick up the phone or when they fill out an email form on your website now, chances are they're ready to buy.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Well, and what you were showing too, for a lot of people, they're used to just the portion of google.com that says all, but now on the left there, it showed AI mode. And then also they can, because truly what it's becoming now is it's really just Gemini baked into Google, is they also can start a new chat, or they could go to their history of previous chats and kind of pick up where they left off.
Very true. Very true. So that does keep that conversation going and allows them to dig deeper, a lot deeper than what they did. And again, for anybody that may be experimenting with it, you'll notice that solutions are offered up in the answers. It's not like the traditional search. And I know we've talked about this in the past, but again, if you are just now seeing it all over the place, you'll realize it's not offered up as the click through to learn more from A, B, and C. It's taking answers on your website, taking on answers that you've put out on social media, putting them in there. So that is another reason why you want to be protective. I don't want to say aggressive, but you do want to make sure your digital footprint has updated information, because if it has been just there, now it might be the tried and true science behind something, but AI wants to see the latest and most up to date information. So even if it's a scientific piece that you know that it will not change, go back and look it over and refresh it in some form or fashion. So again, if this is a blog piece, a white paper, consider adding FAQs to that. So you can put that in and see what AI offers up as some of the common questions that they ask and you answer. And then adding those FAQs to blogs or white papers can freshen it up. It'll change the published date, which is very important to list. And then AI will again present you as an expert that you are, so that they know you are the dealership to contact when they're looking for their precision ag equipment and implements this year.
That's exactly right. Well, and think of it this way too. Some people think about, is AI my full strategy? Do I just do this on everything now? Well, it is evolving, and yes, we're going to use it in more and more things. But AI isn't necessarily the strategy, it's the multiplier,
Yes.
because it's speeding things up for everybody because they can get the information that they need so much quicker. AI isn't necessarily magic, but it is pretty magical of the details and the information and the up to date data we can get now.
Very much so. And I think that it gives us an opportunity to really not only freshen up the information, but take time to, especially right now, while it may be a little bit of a quiet time before the growers get ready to get in the field. This is the time to interact with the growers. They're coming off of big trade shows, farm shows, planter clinics. Take some of that information, questions, and make sure that it's integrated in your website. I know there was a time where we kept our websites very slim because we wanted those phone conversations. It is important in agriculture to have those relationships, and handshakes being front and center. You want to be on in the field with your growers. But if you're able to put that information out, it can act 24/7. So your website, as you're publishing more information, it again just enhances what they're searching for, offers you up, and puts you in front of like that conversation can be in place at 8 a.m. when they call you, and they're not just starting at some basic questions that you knew could be answered easier. So take the time to refresh what information's out online, enhance it. Don't hesitate to publish more than what you thought you should. One other thing, too, what I found with business owners or managers or a lot of your team, writing may not be what they enjoy doing most. Just record it. If you are able to record it on your phone, Whisper Flow is a great tool that you can use. If you can use any kind of app on your phone to record and get the transcription of that, you're able to use that as an asset. And that's what could be into a blog, that could be in your social post, and you can pull it all the way through. So, again, don't hesitate to record your wisdom, and then your team or a professional like myself, my team, can go ahead and get that published on your website.
Yep, that's right. And WhisperFlow is becoming more and more popular because it is so accurate. Now, WhisperFlow is available on iPhones now. It is waitlist only for Android, but it is coming soon. But I use it daily on my PC where I can talk to my computer and not have to type anymore because I'm not a very good typer. Just ask my wife because she laughs when she sees me typing.
Well, I think that again, it just removes that friction. And when we're talking, the flow is so much easier. It can even be that when you're having a team meeting, maybe consider putting it out to record that team meeting, because the conversations, especially when your team is out there face to face with the farmers, they get genuine questions, concerns, conversations. And so if you're able to have that woven into what is on your website or out there on your digital footprint, again, AI will see that you are the one that they will offer for the solutions. So I think there's a lot of opportunity just to record what you're being asked throughout the day.
Yes, absolutely. You can use that recording in multiple different places now, when it comes to AI tools. So yeah, recording your thoughts, recording, your ideas, your strategies, all those things. It's always good to do because you can now take an audio file and utilize that in multiple places to really amplify it. So, well, I think we may be wrapped up for the day, Laura. What do you think? We put out some good information, I think.
I think that's a great information. It's just as a reminder, it was just stop and see what's being placed out there, because that's what's training your growers on how they're going to be finding you, getting their questions answered. And so as they are sitting in their tractors these days, I know with a lot of the auto steers, they're able to continuously learn, research, find what they're looking for. We want you to be the solution. So have fun with it. I will also, the one thing I'll mention too is when you are, say, finished with a conversation, think about what you wish they would have asked you. And sometimes that's a great place to start your recording, is the follow up and key questions that you know would give them insight that they were looking for. So again, have fun with these AI tools. It's not following the shiny objects. It's just being aware as to what is being presented to our growers, our farmers, our audiences, our customers. We want to know that they are using these tools, and we want you to be prepared to be the solution and the answer that they're looking for. Thank you very much for joining us for another episode of Harvesting Growth with Agtivation. Again, I'm Laura. Thank you, Brad, for joining me. And let's get out and play in the dirt.
Let's do it. Thanks, Laura.